Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to today's video. I hope you've all had a great day in the market. Hope you've all finished the week strong. Fridays aren't always the most exciting, but we have some opportunities today on RHE and RBZ, and happy to say that we took two trades on RHE, both from the long side, and green on both trades. So really happy with how today went, and I'm going to talk about it all in today's recap. So as always, please like the video if you find these helpful, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let's get into the recap. So there's only really two stocks that we're keeping an eye on this morning. One was RBZ, known for making a crazy move a couple of weeks ago. But the problem with RBZ is, when I was comparing it to RHE, it had more range, it had more volatility. But just in that previous, last time we went to trade it a few weeks ago, I just know it just trades so awkwardly. And even the actual pre-market as well, you see how it sort of made it made it here, sorry, made a gap up here, then started to sell off, and then it made a big push towards the end. It's just not my favourite stock, so I was keeping an eye on it. Definitely, if there was some entries, there was sort of a washout long that you could have maybe got. Not the easiest. Definitely a good short up here where we've got these dojis, but I'm not going to talk too much about RBZ because we didn't trade it. So yeah, just sort of saying that basically comparing RBZ, being a Friday, kind of wanting to protect the profits, having a green week. I didn't really want to chase this volatility. So the main watch I was watching was RHE, and just the reason being is you just see it was a better price range for me. It was I believe it was actually a lower float, and you just see the action. It's just a little bit more predictable. So that's why I went with RHE over the two, and yeah, happy with how it went. So RHE was the main one on the gap scanner this morning. I think it was up about 50-60%. You see it's made this great move from the 170 area, basically up $1 towards the 270 area, and you just see here how it's it was just nicely trending up. So the plan on this one, I'll just show you again. Up 21.29. First trade was in at 269, sold at 278, and the second trade was in 250, sold at 262. So you see here and here, and I will go into detail on them. But so the first trade, the reason we was in here, you see it, we was in that 269, sold at 278. I thought I didn't get the best. Oh no, that was right. Yeah. So really obvious, but I'll go as always into the daily chart. So I'll just bring this over. So as always, go into the daily chart, see exactly how it moves, what it's doing. RHE is definitely not one to long, hold for a long time from a long side perspective, because if you just look at here, gaps up, just makes a quick move but sells off. Even now, you see it sold off. Just long wick, all here just gives back. It just always give back its gains. So you just got to be careful on that. So that's why it's actually better from a shorting perspective. But yeah, so when I was going to long, I definitely wasn't going to hold them for a long period. Just going to scalp it. On the chart, as always, I make up some some lines, just potential areas. And what I'll just do it quickly with you here. So the first thing that's interesting, so this is today, so we ignore this one. We've got a gap fill here, 242. We've then got, I then used the close of this candle, 213. Then I'll just do the body of this candle, which is basically 294, and then I'll do the top wick. So basically just marking out them areas, and you just see how, I'll go into this one quickly so you can see. But you see how this 242, or even look here, the 213 consolidated here, the 242 consolidated there, 294 not really coming to play, but 242 was where I was basing my trades off, and you just see how it filled the gap up to 242, it breaks through, and then it manages to hold that level. So now that 242 has become support, and you see how, I don't know, what does this say? The low here, 241. So you just see how it's become support. It becomes support again here, just before the open. So this is just giving me a confirmation that this 242 is holding. It's holding to the VWAP. It's the 9 EMA is there as well, above the VWAP. So all really positive signs. So basically, my entry I was looking for was right here, this break of 270, marked out 268, but basically 270, selling into the push, and we can get a move up to 294. We didn't get it on this candle, but it was pretty close to it. So maybe even 294 to $3 would be the logical spot we was looking for, but definitely for the quick pop. So that's what I was looking at the gates. And as you see here on my first trade, you see how once again I bought at 269 just as the level 2 was taking off. I got in at 269 there and sold at 278. So I didn't capture the full move because it went up to 288. So I missed out, on about another 5-10 cents. But overall, happy with that. So that was the first trade. So I hope that makes sense. You see how we just got this flat top here. We've got the support around the 242. Everything's looking quite good for a quick scalp. So when we sold over there, and I think that's pretty an easy one to see. So then what happened was I should have paid more attention because for whatever reason I think I was enjoying the first little winner day, but I didn't see this as quick as I should have, but I saw it quick enough. So basically what happened was when this next candle opened, you see it opened here at 280. Where did it flush down to? It just quickly flushed down, big washout down to once again the 240 area. And as you see, as we had on the on the 1 minute, you just see how this 242, see where it flushed down here, pretty much right down to that support area that we already had marked out. So when it did that, I bought the washout for the quick pop, and you see how we actually got in at 250. And a nice pop up to 262. Yeah, once again we didn't get the full move because it did make these extra moves, but it is what it is. Happy with a 10 cent and 12 cent, or 9.3 cent and 12 cent win. With 1,000 shares, this would be a $210 day. So really happy with my two trades there. There was definitely another opportunity that I saw actually here for the break of 3. Well, there's two, as you can see on the charting right now. I'm going to go back to this charting because I just find it a bit easier. But you just see here, this is the 1 minute chart. Let me just delete these lines. You just see here that we basically get this other little flat top here at the 289. So once it breaks the 280, it's struggling to break 289, 289. So I think shorts will be coming in using $3 as a sort of resistance. Their sort of stop level. But you see how here we got this break for this little flat top, push up to we got to push up to high of actually that $3 area. So that was a quick scalp, not the easiest, only 10 cents, but a little opportunity there. But the next one was actually here, this 1 minute candle to make the new high, free up to 316, I believe it was, 315. And the reason being was, it was only a small range. But that break, what you saw here on the level 2 was you saw some sellers come down. It was about 5,000, 10,000, and you just see them quickly going 10,000, 9,000, 8,000, 7,006, blah 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 blah. And you just see how quickly it went through. So hesitated on that one. Should have punched it really, because then once it broke free, it just squeezed a lot of shorts out. It just broke when it breaks that sort of mental resistance area, these $half and whole dollars, they just squeeze up so much. So you see how it just quickly squeezed up, and that would have been a nice little 10 cent scalp again. And that was basically looking at understanding we are overextended off the VWAP, the 9 EMAs, etc. But just understanding the level 2 as well, where we see these buyers here, these sellers, right? You just see them quickly get bought up and then they get squeezed out. So that is it for today. Short and sweet, a nice little Friday, 3 green days in a row. Really happy with how had that little lull where I wasn't taking trades, bit of mental issues. And now sort of gaining a bit more confidence again. So all good in the hood. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great weekend. See you back on Monday and see you then. Bye bye.